Hello traders, this is Rich from tradesight. This is a look at the market leading stocks via our proprietary scans for the coming session. It's going to be for Thursday, August 7th, 2014. Have a little bit of a bounce day going on, but net really not making a lot of headway. But we do have some signals, but not a real bias here. A little bit stacked up, maybe a little bit to the buy side on the NASDAQ patch. One takeaway here though is outside of the news driven names, we're getting mostly volume deviations to the downside, meaning that this price action today is on very light volume for the most part. Got some good price action out of First Solar. That one's got an upside CPS with a volume bump. Wynn Resorts has a downside CPS on good volume. Tesla, another big day there. We actually traded that long, made some nice money on that one. That one's still working. That one's more than 4% above the day's open on increased volume. As far as the financials go, a bunch of contra candles here stacked up and a couple of RPSs. That means that they're lower on the day but trading above the day's open. Might get a volume bump out of Bank of America and possibly American Express, but most of these are very light on volume. No other deviations in this particular sector standing out. Moving on to the energy names, got a volume bump in CHK. That one's popping to the upside. PBR trading strongly again, but that one's on light volume. We've got an upside RPS on RIG, and that one's on decent volume, so that one should be on the list for tomorrow. And Valero VLO is having a strong day, up almost 4% above the day's open. Looking at the market generals, stacked up a little bit better to buy here. Disney does have a downside CPS, and that's the one here with the big volume bump. Moving on to the housing names, very light volume, so not a lot to be learned here, so just take everything with a grain of salt. Hovnanian has been all over the place today. It's above the open, but still below the VWAP, so that one's still kind of sloppy. Transportation is a little bit better to buy. We've got some decent volume in UPS, but no signal there. We've got an upside RPS on FedEx, but that one's on light volume. Finally, commodities are kind of a mixed bag. A couple of contra candles to the upside. The one that's sticking out is ACH has a contra candle and a volume bump to the downside, and Newmont has a contra candle and will probably qualify for a volume bump to the downside. So we might see some softness in those names tomorrow. Alright folks, as always, thanks for listening. This has been Rich for tradesight.